Hi, I'm Audria.
And I'm Ellen.
Welcome to the realm of high school Model United Nations. In this community, there's truly something for everyone, whether you're the neighborhood history enthusiast, the confident debater, or a student just trying to step out of their comfort zone. This set of video modules will guide you through the inner workings of Model UN, so you can ultimately learn today and lead tomorrow.
So what exactly is MUN? Model United Nations, or MUN for short, is a simulation of the real-life UN, with the first MUN-style conference going back as far as 1937. Since its genesis, the activity was intended to be a simulation of the events, negotiations, and discussions that occur when delegates from countries or international organizations come together. During conferences, students take on the role of a delegate with the goal of drafting a resolution to a pertinent world issue other delegates can also agree upon. Resolutions are a set of rules and guidelines that countries follow in the future to address the topic at hand. In past years, the topics have ranged from ethics behind biowarfare or natural disaster response. Dozens of years and thousands of gavels later, Model United Nations has grown into one of the few internationally active extracurricular activities. Since then, conferences have taught more than diplomacy and international relations, but also critical thinking, teamwork, and leadership. Now, there are hundreds of conferences run annually by colleges, high schools, or youth-led organizations like CASMUN.
So what is a committee?
Within each conference, there are numerous committees to replicate the separate organs of the UN.
Each committee serves a different function and thus discusses different topics. For example, the United Nations Security Council typically discusses military endeavors, whereas the World Health Organization will discuss medical and public health-related issues.
In later videos, we will outline the differences between them and how to choose the right one for you. Once you decide on a committee of interest, there are two more things to consider: topics and country selection.
For CASMUN and most other conferences, each committee can have upwards to 2 specific topics that are set before the conference. For example, the topics under the Latin America and Caribbean Parliament could be repercussions of the war on drugs and coastal recession.
Each committee will have different topics, and it is your responsibility to research into them. However, the optics of how you view the committee may change based on the country you are representing. When you're registering for the conference, you put down your preferences so that the conference can assign you your country and committee of choice.
What happens in a committee?
When you arrive at the conference, you will be in the same room as other students participating in the same committee you were assigned. Sessions are led by a dais team comprised of the director and chairs, which will guide the discussion and moderate speaking times. Generally, speeches are around 1 minute long and you must raise your placard to be called upon by the dais to speak. However, there are also periods of unregulated discussion.
What's the difference between day conferences and hotel conferences?
Day conferences are typically smaller and only last for, you guessed it, the span of one day. Although they accommodate seasoned veterans, they are especially excellent for beginners when introducing themselves to the activity because of the smaller committee size and less intimidating environment. On the other hand, hotel conferences last for the whole weekend and typically require you to stay overnight at the hotel of the conference. Because of its length, hotel conferences are able to be more thorough and are typically more immersive due to activities like Midnight Crisis.
In this video, we introduce MUN as an activity and how the conferences function. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you at the next video and at the conference.